Hey, yo, high gainers.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka Mickey Facts. I hope everybody having a good Sunday. And as y'all saw on my social media, we waking up real early with mess, okay? And long live Takeoff. So, one of the last video they put out, messy, this is definitely messy, okay? I want to start off by saying, on a personal level, the story I'm about to tell y'all, I think something fishy with it. Not just with the information, okay? I actually think it's not the same person. Like, it's like a catfish or impersonator, okay? I just don't have no evidence, only a hunch. So I want to put that out there first. But y'all already know what I stand for, the truth, okay? And you can only provide the truth when you have facts to back it up. So the information I'm about to provide in this video is based off of a recent interview that was uploaded to YouTube with an alleged witness, okay? That said she was in Houston with Takeoff at the time of his death, and that he communicated with her like he felt like something was going to happen, okay? The identity of the person that is saying they're the alleged female witness was put into this YouTube channel, and that's what I went off of for my research, okay? So again, if it comes out to be that the person that was on this interview is not indeed the person picture that is circulating, I only can go off of what was provided, and, you know, that's all I can do in this case. I feel like something is wrong with it just based off what I found out, but y'all already know I'm going to come to y'all with the information and the facts about any clickbait stories that I found. Now, y'all know I like to play devil's advocate. Maybe this YouTube channel did do some research, just not thoroughly. So maybe they assumed they were talking to the right person. Or maybe the person I end up researching is the person that may be the catfish. I don't know. But I'm just going to give you what I have and we go from there. Now, I know a lot of you guys have already seen this video. But y'all know your girl just don't put out anything. I have to get some facts together before I make a video. So yes, that's why it's a delay into hearing from me. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So the clip you are about to hear is from Dirt TV Celebrity Media.
No, not yet. Just go to Instagram if you want to read the message. Yes, her page is private. I can't see him.
Okay, so boom, flew out to Texas. When did you get to Texas?
The 28th. Okay, so the 28th, so y'all was all out there. Y'all was just chilling. And did you guys go to Fifth Ward together? No, we went separate. He was there first and I was behind him. Separate cars. He wanted to make sure if something happened to him, I wasn't like in the crossfire. Okay, so in regard to him feeling like if something happened to him, why would he feel like something was going to happen to him if in the text messages he would always assure you that, this was family? Can I ask how many times y'all went to Fifth Ward while they was out there? Which Discord did you put it in, Nisha? I'm putting it in there right now. Hold on 1 second. Okay. We only went one time. Yeah, okay, so they wasn't just kicking it at Fifth Ward. Like, the only time they really went was to go to the nice game. Yeah. And then listen to the text message like he felt some type of way. That was the actual. Just by her reading that text, I didn't read it myself personally, but what she was saying fits his character. Like, I don't really gamble. I'm ready to go lay down. You know what I mean? That's kind of the mood that he was in. He had death on him. Damn.
All right. So I don't mean no harm to this YouTube channel. And I'm not even sure if they're the original ones who did the story. However, I just want to put out there, we don't know Takeoff. We don't know what type of mood he was in. And for the most part, unless you was there, we don't know what he was on. To be honest, everything is allegedly. So let me start off by saying that before I start getting into the details. All right. So to start off, in the video of the clip I just showed, on the picture, it has a tag on it, okay? And it says, the real Sammy _1. So that's how I found the Instagram page. And I verified it was the same page because of the followers and the post amount, plus the picture that they posted matches that picture, okay? So in this profile, it has an email address that says the real Sammy bookings at yahoo.com. So if y'all take a look, I actually sent a email to that email requesting to speak with her regarding the interview that I heard on YouTube. Okay. And as of today, 11:23 a.m. Eastern time, I have not gotten a response from her from that email address in regards to the situation or in regards to anything. So everything here is alleged. I don't know if that's the real person or not. I don't know what this email goes to. I just know I sent an email to speak with her in regards to this. Okay, y'all? Now, Truth Team, y'all already know Mickey, Truth, Mickey Facts, not gonna just sit here and go off of what another blogger or YouTube page is saying. And I'm not gonna sit around and wait for the alleged witness to respond to me. I'm gonna dig, whether I had talked to her or not. So I started digging, of course. A few of my Truth Team members was helping me out on this, so shout out to y'all. And it's interesting, some of the stuff we found. And once I start providing it to you, you'll probably come up with the same conclusion that I came up with, that I stated at the beginning of the video, about not knowing if the alleged witness in the video for the interview and the alleged woman in the picture is actually the same person. So let's get into it and go from there. And I'm going to go ahead and put another clip of the interview in this video, just so everybody can have an understanding of the type of information the alleged witness is stating that she has regarding the night or the time surrounding the incident that happened at the bowling alley that took the life of Takeoff. So I'm going to go ahead and play the clip. After that, we'll get into it.
Let me know something. How many people beat Quavo out of some money?
Like one or two.
And again, yeah. So, just in case there are any that...
All right, so let's get into it now. So, again, this is the alleged woman who is allegedly the person speaking on this interview on this YouTube channel, okay? I do not know where they found her from or what. Just going off what was provided, all right? So, first thing I did after I sent the email and after I sent a request to get on the Instagram page and it still hasn't been accepted, FYI, I decided to start looking other places, okay? Of course, I can't tell y'all all my tools that I use to look up information, but you figure it out and you let me know, all right? So, it brought me to a person named Samantha Rose, okay? I plugged that name into Instagram first, didn't get anything. So, I plugged it into Facebook. And I screen recorded me going through the pictures, okay? And I'm going to tell y'all why, in my opinion, this is the alleged woman that's in the picture. Now, like I said, I can't tell you if that's her talking, but at least the picture that they posted, I believe this is the same woman. So first thing I did was definitely jump in her DM, okay? I let her know, just like I did in the email I sent to the email that was on the Instagram page, let her know who I am, what I'm doing, and all that. I highlighted a portion of the message to let y'all know, like, how I come at people when I do reach out to them. I let them know, like, I'm transparent. I'm letting you know, like, I'm going to go with the story whether you hit me back or not. Because a lot of people don't like to talk to media, especially small media, because I am a small base platform. However, y'all already know my content speaks volume, okay? So I went ahead, sent the message, let her know I'm running with it today either way, okay? So once I saw that this may be the girl in the picture, I went to Takeoff's Long Live Takeoff. I went to his Instagram page just to see if they're following each other. So I can confirm, based at that time, the Instagram page, the real Sammy _1, is a follower on Takeoff's page. However, Takeoff's page is not following her. That could mean nothing. That could mean a lot. I mean, I don't know how rappers or whatever, if they follow every chick that they allegedly is flying out or flying out, however you want to say it. But it's interesting to me, though, something else that I found on her page. And again, her Facebook page, and this is the alleged woman that's in the interview, is public because I'm not friends with her on Facebook, okay? So I can see this, just anybody looking this name up, okay? So it's public. I like to preach that out and say that out and scream that out because a lot of, and I'm going to be real, my haters be like, oh, where you find this information? They're putting it out themselves. Come on. If you put it out there, it's for the public. Just like if you put your trash can to the road, it's public property. Like, I don't know how else to say that to you. Okay, anyway, that's my little rant for this morning. Now, on her Facebook page, this is the alleged person, you see some screenshots or some photos that she put on her page stating she's married, okay? And it's a picture of this guy, okay? Multiple pictures of this guy. And they look like they could be married. They could be in a relationship. They're definitely not kin on the level like a brother or a sister or something like that because they kiss, okay? So I find that interesting, okay? Because if you are telling the truth and you are the person that you claim to be and you did get flew out to be with Takeoff, where was your husband? And what did he think about you being out and about in Houston with a rapper, allegedly? I'm just saying, like I said, it's messy. Because if this witness is really who she says she is, I don't know. It might be some issues over there in Maryland. And one of the screenshots y'all can see on there, she says she's happily married. I don't know if happy wives take offers to be flew out to Houston. I'm just saying. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about that part. So I'm gonna continue on with the other information. So on this same Facebook page, it's a post on there from October 10th. That's the last post publicly that can be seen. And it says, people stealing packages on base now. And a laughing face emoji. Okay. So I don't know what y'all think of when y'all hear the word base, but I think of the military. So that took me back to a picture that I saw in her gallery when I first was trying to confirm if I could find a picture from the interview. Okay. And indeed, it does show the alleged woman that's in that picture on that interview in military uniform, a U.S. Army military uniform at that. So I did, some more public research, and I connected the person that's allegedly Samantha Rose to a military base, Lewis McCord, okay? I don't know if she is still active, okay? But based off her post on Facebook, she speaks of the military a lot, okay? A lot. So I don't know if she's still active, but however, Samantha Rose at least is a military, either she's associated somehow with the military, okay? What I've gotten from all this information is that Samantha Rose Facebook includes the picture of the real Sammy_1, okay? So if they are indeed the same person, then she is a married woman and she's in the military, okay?
What's good, y'all? Samantha, we back with another one, man. This is an exclusive. I was in Clout Monsters, my man T Money, hosting the room, and guess who pops in? She calls herself Sammy. Her Instagram name is the real Sammy_1. She claims Takeoff flew her in. She has text messages to prove it. She's posted them on her Instagram, which is private. You can follow her, see if she accepts it so you can read them. We're going to hear some of the interview that she did when she came to the room, and then we're going to hear some of the text messages that were read off, and then I'll comment at the end. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Let's get it.
We was just friends. I know, rapper dudes got groupies, so I wasn't, I'm not dumb. I know that he got multiple girls, but we was just friends that were messing around with each other.
Well, I guess for the birthday party or whatever.
Yeah, he flew me out, and we just hung out, we kicked it, and we went to different spots, and I'm not no, groupie, so I didn't want to be, in the front with him. People take pictures and stuff, so I just let him do him, and I was just in the background. Jake was never gambling or nothing. He was in the background. No, it's kind of like a all day on and off arguing. We went to the club, and then the dice game and the bowling alley. It was on and off. I think it was somebody thought somebody else was cheating, and how they were betting wrong and getting caught cheating, betting too much, stuff like that.
He was seen in the room?
Nah, he wasn't worried. He kept reassuring me, because I was the one kind of scared, because they kept arguing back and forth, but he was the one reassuring me, no, it's cool, it's family, we all know each other, stuff like that.
You got the feeling it was he was just trying to make you feel better, or you think that was the way he actually felt?
No, I think that's how he actually felt.
What was the energy like?
Because I just didn't trust their vibe. I don't, like I said, I'm not from Texas, so I don't really trust anybody. But especially, dudes I don't know.
Real quick, y'all just heard the interview portion of it, right? They did a pretty good job. She did mention in there that there's certain things she wouldn't say. It has to be proven in court. So I guess she's planning to testify. I don't know. She did say she was uncomfortable saying or going to the police because of certain reasons or whatever. Anyway, she did provide text messages. She put it in the Clout Monsters Discord, if you're familiar with that. And we're going to have some read off here, and then we'll close out. But appreciate y'all tuning in.
I promise you, I don't gamble like that. I make some side bets, but dice isn't my thing. I am here for my team. I am ready to go lay down anyway. It's too much going on. And you see the guy across from Quavo, he act like he don't like us. So I think his crew gonna make him leave. She said, yes, I see him, the ugly one. Just please be careful. Let's go after we bowl, please. He said, we should be. She said, oh my God, why are we outside playing dice now? Your team has a gambling problem. I'm going to go back to the room. I will see you there. It's going on morning time. He said, this will be quick. I told them I was ready to leave. Just wait a little bit. She said, okay. Why are so many people around? Question. Is everything good? Why are you looking at your phone but not answering me? Why is it arguing going on? Again, this is scaring me. Hello? I just messaged your friend or whoever he is with the hat and he said, we are about to leave, but you aren't answering me. Is everything okay? Why is every 10 minutes an argument? You need to leave. It's too many people and I don't like this. And then after that, she sent a long message basically about the death. Hello, this is Samantha Kirshnick. Samantha Kirshnick invited me here, and whoever sees his Instagram, I message Quavo also. I seen everything. I am not going to the due to certain reasons, but I will tell whoever in his family what I see. I've been with him for 2 days now. I am hurt. He did nothing to anyone since I've been here. Please contact me here. I am scared to tell anyone but the family. If I can't get to the family, I will talk to others to tell. Kirshnick did nothing and didn't deserve this. I am flying home tonight and just lost of words. Please contact me anytime to speak on everything.
Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. That's pretty amazing. I don't know the veracity of it, but she sound credible. She has some Instagram receipts. She provided receipts of the text messages as well, like I said.
Why would you move into another woman's house and sleep with her man?
He's married. I'm so tired of you trying to play victim.
You had sex with her.
To please him.
She had sex with you.
I had to play a lesbian. That was my excuse for getting pregnant.
One twisted relationship.
Do you think Samantha really poisoned you?
Yes.
Yo, it's Adonis. How you doing? I'm here with Samantha. I got lucky enough to get an interview with her just because I kind of knew her way before this, and I got in touch with her and I was able to talk with her. She went through different outlets to try to talk to people about it, but she couldn't get a hold of anybody to talk. As far as a lot of people have been saying that, why she didn't go to the police. When she left Houston or whatever, she wasn't able to talk to them because, running up out of there, people shooting, she got the hell up out of there, I don't blame her. But she hasn't got contact by the police yet, so she'll be willing to talk with, who's ever wanted to talk to her. That's interviewers, police, or anybody that, needs to talk about the situation. So how you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. So one of the first questions I want to ask you is, how did you first meet Takeoff?
So we were in the studio with my boyfriend at the time, and he was there with Migos, and we just said hi to each other. It was the first time I met him.
So after that first time in the studio, you seen him, I guess, passing by, whatever, like usually people do. Everyone knows everybody in the industry and, different people. So I assume he was in there doing whatever with the Migos. And so you walked past him. That was the first time you see him. When was the second time that you seen him?
So I didn't see him for a second time until I flew out to Texas. Before that, I had posted a story on Instagram and tagged him on it, and he messaged me from there.
Okay, so I don't want to get in your business at all because, if anybody want to see those texts, though, we're going to post it later on at the end of this video, or I might put it on the side of the video, whatever. But It was just you and him talking and getting to know each other, and like what exactly was it you guys were talking about?
So we were just talking back and forth, being cordial, and he was asking me about my ex, and we were just talking back and forth, and he was being nice.
So I just assume, like, after conversation or whatever, you basically were saying that you were done with your boyfriend and, that type of stuff.
While I was talking to him, I was explaining to him that I was going to leave my ex because of all the cheating.
So I assume with all you guys talking, in a conversation that eventually you were talking about meeting or, building on your relationship.
So he had asked me if he wanted to meet in person, and then asked me if what I was doing for Halloween.
So I'm assuming you were like, okay, you were going to fly out to him and meet him and, whatever around Halloween holiday.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that you guys were getting, pretty close, with you actually, agreeing to possibly fly out there.
Yeah, we were talking, and I trusted him.
So, while you were planning on going out there, like how many days were you planning on staying, or just how many days were you planning on being there?
I was planning on staying like 2 or 3 days.
So at that time, basically, you were, you said like you had a boyfriend or whatever, and I know like, you were, talking in the conversation and saying like how you were going to. Well, I don't know if you really meant you were going to break up with your boyfriend or whatever for him. I don't want to speak on what relationship you were going to have with him, but I'm assuming at that time you were going to break up with your boyfriend and possibly, build with Takeoff.
We had just started talking, so I don't know what it was going to turn into.
So that's cool. So, hey, I just want to ask, did your boyfriend know that you were going to go out there for that holiday weekend, like for Halloween?
He had his own plans, and I had my own plans, so I wasn't really thinking about that.
Okay, so the time comes, you go out there to fly out there. I think it said you flew out on the 29th, 30th, or whatever, somewhere around that time. So when you got there, like what happened? Did he pick you up? Like what like happened when you finally arrived in Texas?
So I landed, and I let him know that I was there, and he sent somebody to come get me, and he dropped me off at the hotel.
So you get picked up from the airport, you go to the room you said, and like what was the first thing you seen? Like what happened after that?
So I got dropped off at the room, and I was just there waiting for him.
So you got there, and so you were in a room, and so when did he actually like? When did you first see him when you got there?
So I was in the room waiting for him, and then he came to the room, and then when he got there, we were just talking.
So, I don't want to know, the details of what was going on in that night because I know that, you were there that night with him the first night that you got there. And so, what happened after the night or whatever happened?
So we went to sleep, and when I woke up, he wasn't in the room. So I looked around the room, and I found a note that had an address of the club where he was at. And the guy that had dropped me off, I contacted him, and he took me to the club.
So you got picked up from his driver or whatever, or whoever it was that picked you up from the airport, and so you saying you got to the club, and then what happened, or what did you see when you got to the club?
So I went to the club, and I let Takeoff know that I was there, and I went inside, and I walked to him.
Okay, so you went to the, you got dropped off, or you got to the club, and so you saying you went into the club, well, you told him you were there. You went into the club, and then you seen him, I guess, and then you walked towards him. How was the vibe, and what happened then?
So we were just talking and kicking it, and there was a lot going on, so I just sat back.
So when you were saying that, it was a lot going on or whatever when you got there, and I'm sure it was like a bunch of people. So I know it was like kind of crowded and loud. You know how the club scene is. So I know you couldn't like, hey, talk, say too much. But like, what were you saying to him? And like, when you say it was so much going on, what do you mean?
So we were just talking, and I was asking him about why he left me in the bed, and the vibe just felt off, like something bad was in the air.
Okay, so you were there talking. You said like basically you felt like the vibe wasn't right. It just however you felt at the moment, and so you were talking to him about why he left you in the bed, and so like what else was going on? Like was it like I don't know, like did you see a lot of people there around him? How was things going?
So there was a lot of people there, and too many people around him, so I just sat back and relaxed.
So that's understandable. So it was a lot of people, around and everything. So I know you probably couldn't really get to talk because I know how the club scene is, and then by him being fucking Takeoff, I know it was just like a lot of fucking people around. So, did you happen to see any of the Prince family, Jay Prince or I think his name Josh Prince or whatever his name is?
Yeah, there were a lot of people there. I saw Jay Prince and Jazz Prince there too.
So you were there, and it was I think it was a birthday party or something that was going on there. One of the Prince brothers, I seen online or whatever, and so what, how long do you think that you were there?
So all I remember is I was probably there like an hour or maybe two tops.
So after all the partying and everything that was going on, your next move, did he tell you the next move that you guys were gonna do, or like what happened after everyone was about to leave? We don't need to know like what was going on in the party, but like what was the plan? Like, did he tell you, hey, we're about to go do this, or like, so how did it go on the next movement that y'all made?
So we were talking in between the party, and then he told me that we were going to the next place, and we got there.
So you guys left the party or whatever, and then you went to the next spot. What was all going on when you went to the next spot? Like, what did you do when you went to the next place?
So when we got there, they were playing dice on the pool table, and I didn't want to be around because I don't gamble. So I just sat down behind them.
Okay, so you were at the next place. You said you sat down like behind them or whatever, and they were all playing dice. Was Takeoff playing dice too, or who all were playing dice?
So from what I could see, they were all playing dice except for Takeoff, and I was messaging him while I was behind him.
So everyone was playing dice except Takeoff. So they were all, I guess, around each other, crowding up like how guys play dice or whatever. And so you were messaging him. What exactly were you saying to him when you were messaging him?
Basically, I was messaging him saying that I was worried because there was so much arguments going on.
Okay, so when you say like arguments or whatever, was it Takeoff arguing, Quavo, the Prince brothers? Who all were the ones arguing?
It was pretty much everybody that was playing dice, even the people that were just standing around the table, they were arguing too.
So while everyone was arguing, did you happen to see Takeoff arguing with anybody? Or like was it just everybody else? Like was he arguing?
Everybody was arguing except for Takeoff.
Okay, so everybody was arguing or whatever. And you said Takeoff was arguing. Do you know like what they were actually arguing about if you could hear it?
So from what I could hear, it was something about somebody cheating and that it wasn't the right number.
So while you were hearing all the arguing that was going on, what did you happen to walk over to Takeoff, or what were you talking to him about like while everyone was arguing or whatever?
Well, I didn't want to walk over to him because I was scared, but I was messaging him to make sure if he was okay.
So while you were messaging him, what did he say when you were messaging him, while the commotion was going on, people were arguing?
So I messaged him and he said that everything was going to be okay, but I still felt scared.
So while everybody was arguing everything, did you kind of feel that something bad was going to happen, with everybody arguing? Because I know you were saying that you were you said that you were scared. So, like, did you really feel that something was going to happen that night?
Yes, it was too many arguments. I even seen an argument in the club.
So when you said that you were ready to go, I don't know how long you guys were there with all the arguments and everything that was going on. What did he say when you were said that, hey, I'm ready to go, get the hell up out of here?
So he kept repeating that everything was going to be okay.
So he basically told you that, hey, everything's going to be good or whatever. And I assume that, since you stayed, that you felt everything was going to be okay. But how long in between him saying that you guys were about to leave that you actually left?
He kept wanting to leave, but they wanted to keep going.
So they kept playing, and then you just waited on them, I assume. And so when they finally stopped playing, what happened after that?
So as we were leaving out, they started arguing again, and then they played dice outside.
So they start walking out. It was arguments going on or whatever, and it was at the same area where everything happened at. And so what happened then?
So from what I saw, they were playing dice, and then the argument started again.
And during the argument, what was Takeoff doing? Was he arguing? Like, what was going on?
No, Takeoff wasn't arguing. He was just watching.
So while Takeoff was sitting there watching while everyone was arguing, I know you want to go too much in details, you say, but did you think that anything was going on? What was going on at that time?
So they were still arguing, and I messaged him to see if everything was okay.
So when they were arguing, did it seem like they were arguing about the same thing? And what was he saying in the message?
So I couldn't really hear what they were arguing about, but he kept messaging that everything was okay.
Okay, so he told you everything was going to be okay or whatever to you. And so did you think like what did you want to do?
I just kept telling him that I was scared and that I wanted to leave.
So from where exactly were you sitting, standing, or where were you at when the argument and everything was like going on?
There were so many people that I kept trying to get next to him, but I just backed up and went away from the crowd.
So when you went back away from the crowd, could you still see everything that went on when everything happened?
Yeah, I saw everything that happened.
So you said that you seen every single thing that happened at that moment. So what did you do when everything transpired? Because I know you said you don't really want to get into the exact details. You want to say that for officers or a bigger platform to talk. I understand. But what happened when you seen everything?
Yeah, I saw everything that happened, and I didn't want to die, so I ran.
So commotion was going on, everything was happening. Where did you run to? Did you run to the vehicle that you came in? Like, where did you run to?
So when I ran away from everybody, and once I got, to a safe place, I called an Uber.
Okay, so when you called the Uber and left, where did you take the Uber to?
So I was too scared to go back to the room, so I just took the Uber to the airport.
So you just took an Uber to the airport. Okay, so you took an Uber to the airport. What was your next move?
So I went to the airport and just waited till I could get a flight, and I just went and flew back home.
Okay, so you flew home, and what did you think was going on?
So while I was waiting to depart, I was messaging everybody, trying to figure out if he was okay, and then I saw on social media that he didn't make it.
So you find out that Takeoff dead, and so like, did you flew home, I guess, or whatever, and did you hear from like who did you hear from when you left and everything like that?
So I messaged everybody and no one responded.
That's wild. So you said and nobody responds. So at this moment today, have you heard from anybody? Because I know you didn't hear from nobody around that time when everything was going on. Since then, have you heard from anybody that was with him that day or anybody?
Yeah, I've been messaging everybody that I could remember that was there, but nobody has hit me back.
So like now that you know everything and you were there that whole night with him, you spent the night or whatever, whatever went down, you were there with him. Um, if you were able to talk to the police or anybody to help with the case, would you do it?
Yeah, I'm willing to talk to anybody to help this case. That's why I'm doing interviews and reaching out so this case can be solved.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I know you want to help because you guys were close at the time, and like, that's real good. Do you have anything else that you want to say?
I just want to say I'm sorry to the family, and if they need anything from me that could help, they can always reach out to me.
So that's cool that you're willing to help out anything. From a personal level, because I know you guys connected, when you were in the room and, different things, I'm not going to get into your guys' business together, but do you miss him any? Like, how do you feel about everything?
Of course I miss him. I just wish we had more time to spend with each other and build on this relationship that we were planning on.
So I noticed, like, from your last boyfriend, he was in the industry or whatever, and you have, friends in the industry or whatever. And so, like, do you think that he might have had a girl at the time or whatever? Like, how do you feel like what was going to continue with you two?
Yeah, I'm not stupid. I know these rappers and people in the industry have multiple people around, and we're just gonna build from what we started.
So it's been almost maybe a week since then, maybe longer. Why are you just now talking with people like about the situation? Because I noticed you were on Clubhouse the other day. Why are you just now talking?
So yeah, I just want to help the family and get this case solved. I was waiting for people to reach out and no one ever did. So I'm just trying to reach out to make sure people know that they can come and talk to me if they need information.
Okay, that's cool. So we'll just continue on with more about this and different details in between. And if you continue to watch the video, at the end of the video, we'll have the messages between her and him and different things. And whenever she does more interviews, she will have pictures with them together and all that other stuff. So it's come back and we'll have part 2.
Walk away, and then the shots started flying.